me to start.
Acha, welcome, sir. I am Major General B.K. Mahapatra. Kindly add the welcome address to the panelists and also to the all the participants, sir. Please.
Good evening, namaskar to all of you. It's a wonderful day and evening, particularly with such eminent panelists and large number of participants, members of think tank and Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan and many more. So on behalf of think tank and think tank Odisha and Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, I have great pleasure in welcoming all of you to this webinar. And today's topic, as has already been intimated, is one of the most important ones, the nutrition, on which the entire health of the population depends, particularly the children. Unless we focus on public health, and nutrition is one of the most important things, whatever else you do, you may have industrialization, you have economic growing, but nothing will be of much use. First and foremost, investment in the demography, investment in the population, investment particularly in women, children, and others. So that is the important subject which we want to discuss today. And we have got many eminent speakers, which will be introduced by Mr. Swadesh Patnaik. Before we start, I just want to bring to your notice something. Way back in 1944, there were a group of people, I'll give the name later. Many of you will remember, and recently this thing came up in the one of the WhatsApp group. So number of you may be knowing it. But nevertheless, in 1944, not the government, but some of the other people of India, they got together and they chalked out a plan. The emergence of Indian economy and what should be the main focus. And you'll be surprised to know the most important thing they laid there in 1944 is nutrition. Nutrition is the main thing. And even at that time, I'll just give it out, what they thought will be suitable for the Indian people. In 1944, during the World War, you know what was the situation in India and abroad. What was the food situation? But at that time, these people gave out the following. The calorie which is required for an Indian individual is 2,600 calories. Repeat, 2,600 calories. And not only that, they spelled out what would be the ingredients. First and foremost is cereal. Cereal, 16 ounces. Then pulses, 3 ounces. Vegetable, 6 ounces. Fruit, 2 ounces. Milk, 8 ounces. 2,600 calories is the thing they thought is necessary for Indian people. That was the vision in 1944. And they made an annual budget of, at that time, of 10,000 crores, which was unthinkable at that time. They laid the emphasis how it is now 1944, very soon they realized the independence will come. So they made this vision, they made this paper, and that was known as Bombay Plan. And so many 8 individuals were there. Jamsetji Tata, G.D. Goenka. They are the people who laid the emphasis on nutrition. So I want to just read out one paragraph which is very relevant today and what we are going to discuss today. I'm quoting J.R.D. Tata, that there should be a widespread poverty and misery in the country, so naturally endowed by the providence of God with manpower, talent, natural resources, and 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 it is indeed a paradox and a disgrace which should fill us with shame, anger, and burning desire to wipe out wrong done to us. The obstacles, doubts, and setbacks which may have to be faced in taking this plan forward should be, should be, should not be allowed to divert us from our task, but rather arouse us to greater endeavor. So with this, this is what they said at that time, J.R.D. Tata, G.D. Goenka, and Mathai, Dr. Mathai, John Mathai. What they visualize, it is relevant today. So with this, I hand over to Sri Swadesh Patnaik to introduce all our eminent guests and let the meeting go ahead. God bless. Thank you. Swadesh.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, in spite of this long ordeal of social distancing, sir, and all these shutdown, lockdown, etc., we have to stay still with COVID-19 for some time, sir. Now we own immunity system, perhaps that is the only our protector. As you know, immunity comes from nutrition. And today we are really fortunate to have 5 distinguished experts amongst us with high reputation on the subject to focus on the issue. And I have the proud privilege of introducing to them. Let me first introduce Dr. Ramesh Chandra Panda as our chairman of the panel. Dr. Ramesh Chandra Panda of 1972 batch of IAS of Tamil Nadu cadre has a glorious service record both in state and at the center, in top bureaucratic level. Before his retirement, he was Secretary to Government of India on the Department of Heavy Industries and Public Enterprises, and also Secretary to the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Dr. Panda is also known for his scholarly temperament. He did his PhD in economics from Utkal University and shared his thoughts and vision in various forums within and outside the country. And post-retirement, he is associated with several academic and civil society initiatives. Presently, he is member of the National Executive Committee of Poshan Abhiyan. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the panel. Mr. Jagadanand, I don't think he needs any introduction. He is the member of our think tank family. And now he is also the member of the largest think tank of the country, the Niti Aayog, as the members of one of its committees. As the mentor and the founder of CYST, he is forerunner of alternative approaches to economics, social and human development, be it in land and water management, disaster management, women development, sustainable rural livelihood, environment, and nutrition. He is a pioneer with a vision. Till recently, he was Commissioner RTI. Welcome, you, sir. Welcome. Now, let us welcome Sabarmati. Recently, Sabarmati was awarded the Padma Shri along with her father for her pioneering contribution in natural farming and development of Sambhav as a model. But I do not call her Padma Shri Sabarmati, as she feels really embarrassed to be called so, thanks to her modesty and simplicity. I know her as a young girl when she was when I was working.
Swadesh sir, আপন unmute করুন।
Swadesh. Swaroop, please unmute him.
Swadesh ji.
Swaroop, are you there? Okay.
Environmental protection. Welcome, Sabarmati. Sorry, we are indeed proud of you. Welcome. I'm sorry that I was a little disturbed with a telephone from somebody. Sorry. And then Basant Kumar Kaur. Mr. Basant Kumar Kaur, fondly known as Nutrition Man, is an international development professional who has many accolades for his performance all over the globe, especially in the countries like South and Southeast Asia. For his outstanding contribution to the nutrition and poverty eradication endeavors, he has been awarded the prestigious 2019 Global Nutrition Leadership Award from India, 2016 Transfer Nutrition Championship Award from Bangladesh, Odisha Living Legend Award, and many other certificates of recognition. He is one of the most visible faces in the national TV channels and recently recognized as the hero of the decade of the NDTV Swachha and Swasthya India campaign. I must recognize his involvement and volition in organizing this program. Thank you. Sorry, again I'm being disturbed. Devashish Mahapatra is the State Project Manager for the Odisha Livelihood Mission. In association with the ASMI Philanthropic Initiative of Bangalore, they have already established 1 lakh nutrition garden, and they are aiming at establishing 5 lakh nutrition gardens by March 2021. Earlier, for about 27 years, Mr. Mahapatra was working for small and marginal farmers in Odisha and other states, including Afghanistan, Kenya, and Bangladesh. He was worked with different international agencies like Tradecraft, Technical, Oxfam, UNDP, and CARE. Mr. Mahapatra works with a mission mode and passion for elevating poverty in rural Odisha by 2025. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Now I request Dr. Panda to take over the floor as the chairman of the panel. Dr. Panda, sir.
Thank you very much, Swadesh Babu. This is a very nice introduction that you have given. And Major General gave a brief outline and initiated the background of 1944 Bombay Resolutions on Nutrition. And with this background, I would say today's speakers and panelists and participants, my evening greetings and namaste. This is a good occasion to discuss on the nutrition and malnutrition. Odisha is presently facing not only the pandemic COVID-19, but also the floods all over the state. बहुत जगह घाई गाँ गंडा सबू गुड़िक भारी भासी तेणु जगदानंद बाबू जहाँ कर वंडरफुल जॉब दैट साइड and so this is a timely discussion in our think tank for the pandemic on one side and the disaster on the other side. In this backdrop, I would say that we must all jointly and individually try to make our state Odisha a pioneering state in the nutrition and reduction of malnutrition. How can we do? Next, please. Next, please. The slide handler may take next, please. Yeah. See, there is a typical paradigm of the nutritional landscape. Odisha landscape is not different from other state landscapes. But here, the parameters and the index or indices of testing where a state lies depends on three major pillars of really test. One is the accessibility to food grains, accessibility to the healthcare, accessibility to the ICDS nutritional services, then to the water services, sanitation, then all that. Odisha has got good programs, have done well in Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. They have got a good scheme called Vasudha, in which whole state is going to have piped water supply scheme under the Jal Jeevan Mission and under Vasudha scheme. So, in the angle of the accessibility, Odisha is well tuned to gear up to reduce malnutrition. Let us go to the issue of equity. You know, every accessibility should have a equitably accessibility. It's accessible to one and all and to all religions. If you say that way, you will find scheduled tribes in the western Odisha, they have yet to get the appropriate nutritional standards, because a study has shown that malnutrition in the tribal belt alone is at the highest amongst all the malnutrition-based people in Odisha. Therefore, that is one area which is some sort of a targeted intervention is required. Therefore, equity has to reach them. The next is with regard to the discrimination in water and sanitation, and also in case of the access to the Anganwadis and healthcare centers and all that. If you find scheduled caste and scheduled tribes gets to a sometimes discriminated, if not at all times. We are very lucky that there have been international institutional interventions in the state by which such discrimination have been reduced, but it should be eliminated. The third pillar for reducing malnutrition will be the interventions through specific programs. The institutional reforms by which Odisha has been pioneering state in bringing in the food commission, it has to be emulated by other states. But this food commission needs to be properly functional, operational, empowered. Then there are a good number of self-help groups and who can be used as tools of intervention, because Odisha's livelihood mission can access through these and see that the services on water and sanitation, healthcare reaches the disadvantaged groups. Then the identification of the hotspots. There should be actually a survey. I have been discussing with the government many times that have a micronutrient deficiency survey in the state. You will know where the hot spots lie. We should not really rush to help in a village just because it has come in the newspaper that there are some deaths due to hunger, deaths due to malnutrition and all that. But identification, then taking convergent intervention in the nutritional sector so that such problems do not exist there. And one more thing is activate the Gram Panchayats. There are Gram Panchayats which are existing, they are all elected Gram Panchayats. But this is a best pair of governance at the grassroots level. They are not well activated, well energized, funds go there in a business as usual manner takes place. There is no convergent action there. So I would say that this is an area where it needs. Include women in decision-making process and decision taking institutions and governance systems and governance processes where the women should play a part. They should not be just a passive players. Next, please. So with this background of the nutritional paradigm, let us see what is the position of the Orissa with regard to nutritional landscape. We must see. If you go to the stunting, you will see India ranks 114 out of 132 countries, and Germany is the best in the parameters in this. But India's percentage of stunting is 38%. Odisha's stunting is 34%. Odisha, as per the Central Nutritional Survey, this is come down to 29.1%. This is a good scenario because every year 2% reduction in the stunting will certainly improve the nutritional standard of the people. And let us go to wasting. Wasting, India stands at 120 out of 132 countries, and Australia is the best. Then India's wasting percentage is 21% people wasting, and 20.4 for Orissa, 18.9 as per the CNNS survey. In case of anemia in women of the reproductive age, if you see, the Orissa is not in a proper stage because its percentage goes as high as 53%. And exclusive breastfeeding, which is the easiest way to ensure that the child survives the first 30 days. This is the particular period when the immunity develops in the breastfeeding. And this breastfeeding is done only for 46%, whereas Rwanda, a small country in the globe, has got 87% and number 1. And India stands in the rank of 48. You see, Orissa adult obesity and overweight, men are 17.2%, women are 16.5%. Women are better. Women in Khurda districts are 30.2%. This type of hotspots need to be identified, and then appropriate interventions will be required. Next, please. See, I was mentioning the accessibility, but I would say where Odisha stands in India with regard to access to various other nutrition-based services. Like, let us say, percentage of children aged 6 to 59 months given vitamin A. If you see the vitamin A and iron consumption, the Odisha's position is better, but it can still be higher than that what is existing today. It is 69.1% vitamin A, iron is 27.9%. It is slightly higher of the Indian average, and children of 6 to 23 months are receiving adequate diet, 8.9%. Imagine what is the gap. 8.9% receiving means 92% still remains to receive the adequate diet, and that is the age of really consolidation of the children's ability, cognitive abilities, and all that. The children age of 12 to 23 months are fully immunized, 78.65. This is a very good system by which immunization has been geared up in Odisha. The women received a full ANC4 and ANC1 dose of TT, etc., etc. It comes to 23.1%, marginally higher than the Indian average, but still can be improved. Household using improved sanitation. Why goes to Swachh Bharat Abhiyan ka things? This is a Prime Minister gave the clarion call, and whole country woke up. But still then, Odisha has only 29.4% have access. Construction of toilet is not access to sanitation. construction of toilet is one of the components of sanitation. But how to use it, or it has to be used for storage of food grains or storage of items like that, household items. You see, this is the thing which is happening in the. The percentage of children is 6 to 59 months given deworming medication, 27% in Odisha, whereas it is very high, 31% in India. Next, please. So this graphically shows that between various states, in the neighborhood of Odisha, you will find what is the intake of vitamin A and vitamin and iron for children between 6 to 23 months. Odisha is doing well in case of iron, vitamin A, but in case of iron, it has to be. Next, please. Next, please.
That's all.
Oh, this is all. But I would say that one slide which could not come there, I must mention that the micronutrients.
सर स्लाइड मु पठेई देछि सर याकू सादिक पाकू पठेई देछि से बतन पाई नाही बदे खोजिले पाई जिवो से करे पठेले कथा बता लास्ट को गला तो एबे मु पठेले
I'll just briefly mention and you can circulate it to the all participants later.
Okay.
The slide which could not be exhibited there is micronutrient malnutrition compounds the pandemic infection. This is a very, very important slide which I thought should have been used here. And vitamin A deficiency impairs immune response susceptibility to infection. And Odisha has got 20%, whereas India has got 18%. Then vitamin D deficiency modulates the immune system required for bone health. And here India has only 14% and Odisha half of it, 6.7%. Zinc deficiency, it is India 1/5 of a preschool children, of 17% of school age children and 32% of adolescent children, they suffer from the zinc deficiency. In Odisha, it is 1/5 of the preschool children suffer from the same deficiency. Then folate deficiency, zinc deficiency impacts immunity leading to infection, dermatitis and diarrhea. The folate deficiency, vitamin B12 and B9 deficiency contributes to regulation of the immune system and can cause iron deficiency anemia. So children with the pre-diabetic, India it is a 10.3% school children are diabetic, and whereas Odisha it is nearly 20% diabetic children are there. So with this I will stop because the really lead key speaker is Vasant Kumar Kar. He is an internationally reputed nutrition specialist. We should leave the floor to him for a longer period and he should give much more points for our deliberations. Thank you very much. Now it is up to Swadesh to go for the next speaker, please.
Yes, Basant Karo. Next is Devashish. Yes, Basant. Yes, right. अच्छा आपन स्लाइड गुडा पठेई देइथिली जस्ट माने आपन आरंभ होवा पूर्वरु डॉक्टर टोमोटेंकर मेल दे से सादिक पाखरे थिबो नहले आपन कैन मैनेज इट योर स्लाइड्स प्लीज देवाशीष पाखरे नहीं
देवाशीष पाखरे अछि
अच्छा ठीक अछि मो
अच्छा ठीक है अच्छा
ऑन कोच
ऑटोमेटिक मैनेज करो thank you so much sir for giving me this opportunity to this important discussion, and I think that is very timely. I am grateful that I am also with eminent panel members like you, specifically Dr. Panda and Swadesh Babu, Devashish, then Sabarmati and Jagdan sir, and I am sure definitely Odisha will benefit from this consultation. Nutrition is important. good nutrition is good life, and nutrition can supercharge demographic dividend. Nutrition can increase growth, productivity, and human capital potential. And specifically during this pandemic time, nutrition is much more important. And most recent Lancet study says that 2/3 of the infant mortality is attributed to malnutrition. So be it in Nagada, be it in Malkanagiri, so the underlying cause could be malnutrition definitely. In 2017, almost 10 lakh children died. So you can say that 7 lakh children in India could have been dead because of the malnutrition. Next slide. Next. Whenever you are talking about malnutrition, we are talking about malnutrition in 7 to 8, 9 forms. But broadly, it is categorized into two. One is undernutrition, the other is overnutrition or obesity. So under undernutrition, child stunting is there, child wasting is there, then now low birth weight is also there, and overnutrition, there is also obesity, overweight. And obesity, what Dr. Ponda spoke, there is a pre-diabetic condition is growing in Odisha. Not only diabetes, their obesity also has increased, and he shared about the figure in Jagatsinghpur district, Khordha district, where Bhubaneswar also is part of that. There is a growing obesity, and whenever there is a obesity or overweight, it will lead to non-communicable disease like diabetes, heart disease, and some cancers. And now during COVID time, malnutrition or good nutrition is more important. You must be hearing about the term like comorbidity, co-infection, and comorbidity happens largely due to malnutrition and micronutrient deficiency. And morbidity also happens because of the non-communicable disease. Those who are diabetic, those who have heart disease or lung disease, they are more prone to COVID infection. So nutrition is necessary not only for children, but also for all the people, and specifically during this pandemic time. Next slide. I was talking about that. If you invest on nutrition, it will give, if 1 rupee can give 16, and whatever agenda you have, for example, Odisha is thinking about new Odisha. Odisha is thinking about GDP growth. Odisha is thinking about productivity. Odisha is thinking about development. But certainly it cannot happen without investment on good nutrition. If you see, it is not question about Odisha, it is also question about India. You don't find many Nobel laureates. You don't find many Olympic players. You don't find many big talented people, because it is all about human intelligence or IQ. Largely, IQ is dependent on good nutrition in past 1,000 from pregnancy to 2 years. Whenever there is no IQ, no good human capital, how can you achieve all your vision? In 2036, Odisha is going to have its 100 years. So can you think something about that? And can you increase Odisha's GDP to double digit? So then we need to invest about nutrition. IQ loss is 11% because of the malnutrition. GDP loss is 11% due to malnutrition. So realizing all these things, Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji brought out this Poshan Abhijan. We can speak about that later. Next slide, Debajit. This is a slide, I think it is necessary for all of us. Past 1,000 days is important. When it starts from pregnancy to 2 years of age. And during this time, you find a rapid brain growth and maturation happens. You see the brain nerves also happens. So I'm ओडिया रे कहले आपण ए दुई पिलार 2 वर्ष परे आपण सुना खाया को देले भी किछि तार जीवन पई लाभ होबनी तेणु आपण जदि न्यूट्रिशन इन्वेस्ट करियो चाहिबे तेबे मार पेटरे पिला रहिबा ठारू 9 मास एवं तापरे जो अछि 2 वर्ष सेटा होछि 1000 डेज मेन पीरियड ऑफ डेवलपमेंट ताको कहंती फास्ट विंडो ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी तेणु आमे ओडिसा रे जदि न्यूट्रिशन ऊपर काम करिबा तबे चाइल्ड न्यूट्रिशन ऊपर निहाती काम करिबा आवश्यकता अछि. नेक्स्ट, I told about COVID. I told how COVID is linked to malnutrition, and because malnutrition increases susceptibility to infection, and infectious disease also cause malnutrition. Studies suggest that vitamins and minerals like vitamin A, vitamin D, B6, B12, C, zinc contribute to reduce infection. And Dr. Ponda shared about the all pervasive micronutrient deficiency. There is a deficiency of vitamin A, there is a deficiency of vitamin minerals like zinc, there is a deficiency about B12, C. So all these things compound infection problem, compound coronavirus problem, also compound morbidity. Micronutrient deficiency is such that it will not kill you, or rarest case it can kill you, but mostly it will increase your decrease your productivity. आमर ओडिशा रे आपण माने देखिबे लोक कहउथिबे लोक माने बहुत अलसुआ पखाळा खाउछंती से माने अलसुआ माने गोटे टाइम रे मु भी बुझुतली सेमती किंतु एबे न्यूट्रिशन ने काम कला परे मु बुझिली से अलसुआ हबार गोटे कारण होउची माने हाथ रे भरा देई बसिबा काटे बेंच पड़ले गोटे छकरे बसि पड़िबा तार मुख्य कारण होउची माइक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट डेफिशिएंसी माने आपनकर पूरा विभिन्न इलनेस माने इन्फेक्शन नै आसो आपण जमा स्ट्रांग हे परिबेनी तेणु दैट इज आल्सो वेरी इंपोर्टेंट. नेक्स्ट, this is about most ambitious program led by Honorable Prime Minister of India, Poshan Abhijan. So there is a target driven program. So it has target to reduce stunting, wasting, target to reduce low birth weight, anemia, and also overall target is to reduce stunting to 25 by 2022. This is very, very important. And after Poshan Abhijan was launched in 2018, where Dr. Ponda is the executive member who shaped and also designed this program and has been leading in India. It is a seminal contribution. You should appreciate Dr. Ponda's leadership in this regard. After Poshan Abhijan was launched, so nutrition is becoming one type of household name. There is a political will, policy will, there is Anemia Mukta Bharat, there is also Fit India movement, there is Eat Right campaign, many things have started after this program. Next. What can be done? So I have 4-5 key areas. There are many things. Basically, before starting the action area 1, I would like to suggest that we need to invest first on 1,000 days, that is on child malnutrition or child nutrition. That is first window of opportunity. The second, we should invest on adolescent girls who are future mothers. That is second window of opportunity. If someone is not able to understand it properly, please tell me to explain more. I did one calculation about Odisha's situation, which Dr. Ponda spoke. Odisha has demonstrated in a 10-year period, 10 year means from 2005 to 2015, there is a 2.7% annual reduction in stunting. So in 2036, when we will be completing 100 years, if you want to achieve the nutrition status, at least stunting status to a single digit, and in this case it is 8.9 or 9%, so we have to compound our effort. We have to double and quadruple our effort to achieve that stage. Then similarly, wasting has gone up in 10-year period. Ideally, it should have been reduced, but in Odisha it has gone up, and in many states, in India it has also gone up. Whenever there is a growing wasting, it means that there is a severe child, severely affected malnourished child, and many children must be dying. So that is an indication. Anemia reduction, Odisha has also achieved among children, among women. So we need to compound our effort. The way we are planning, the way reduction is happening, It is not going to happen like that. Imagine 2.7% annual reduction of stunting is now happening. If we want to single digit, we have to reduce to 8.9% annual. So it will require 2, 3, 4 times. So there are many, many indicators. So it is not so easy. The way we think it is a very हो जाएगा, चलता रहेगा, और ओडिशा में nothing will happen, will achieve. So this overtly self-confidence has no bearing. If you want to bring Odisha to a new Odisha, if you want to achieve Odisha's dream vision, so definitely we need to invest and we need to be very serious on reduction efforts. So, so that is all about this slide. So we need to set a target, we need to set a goal, we need to set a very, very rigorous goal. That is the message today. Next. What I presented in last slide, is it possible? If you see the slide, it is possible. Many states in Odisha, many states in India have done it. Why not Odisha? Next slide. Action area 2, we need to work on Atmanirbhar Poshan, nutritional self-sufficiency. We need to address all forms of malnutrition, address undernutrition, protein hunger, micronutrient malnutrition, obesity, and overweight. And these are the things we need to prioritize. We need to empower smallholder farmer. We need to accelerate our Food Security Act, Food Commission, so that things will happen. Next slide. This is about micronutrient deficiency, which Dr. Ponda said. Fortification is one, biofortification is second, supplementation is third, dietary diversity is fourth. So dietary diversity is long term and which is sustainable, but food fortification is short term strategy. Next slide. Dr. Ponda shared about one data about in Odisha, 91% children do not get adequate diet between 6 to 24 months. So that means it strangulates their growth, productivity, human capital, and everything in life. So they don't get minimum 4 food groups. Can we not plan district level self-sufficiency in 6 food groups? Because pregnant women need 6 food groups, children need 4 food groups. Can you not do it? Can you not make each district self-sufficient in 4 food groups? Then can you not change this landscape? Because that is the most critical. It is not a problem not only in Odisha but also across the country. So this is a very, very serious issue. We need to work on that. Next. Most of us or all of us take our food from small kirana dukan, small grocery shops, from small vendors. So it is high time we need to revitalize our food MSME, because excess use of salt, sugar, and fat, and mostly trans fat bring non-communicable disease and also malnutrition. As per WHO, we need to consume 5 milligram of salt every day. But look into our Chanachur, Barmoja, bread, how much salt is added, how much trans fat is added. Banaspati is most dangerous oil which lead to trans fat. So can you control on that? Can you revitalize food MSMEs? Very little work has been done in India, also in South Asia. But why Odisha will not be a pioneer to work on that area? Why we cannot create nutrition entrepreneurs? Why we cannot create a strong quality assurance, quality control mechanism? Why we cannot make small food MSMEs export oriented and profitable? That is because It provides us main diet, and food-borne disease is the number one disease in the world. Can you afford to do that? Next. This is about addressing child mortality. I spoke about that. Next.
ଟିକେ ପାଣି ପିଅନ୍ତୁ।
This is about preventing the severely affected malnourished children. If we could invest on this, we can reduce infant mortality. In India, 9.5 million children are SAM children. And out of total children, 8% children are SAM children, or 12% children are SAM children. So we should work on that. Next. This is very interesting. There is early marriage, there is spousal violence. Can you not stop it? I'll take a pause. You can see how difficult the Odisha situation is in terms of child marriage and spousal violence. Next. Convergence, Dr. Konda spoke about that. Village Health Nutrition Day is not happening. In Odisha, when Dr. Konda spoke, he spoke about that full antenatal care is around 25%, 30%. Whenever full antenatal care is 30%, it means both health and ICDS are not converging. Can you work for a better convergence model at Anganwadi? Can you work for sector level convergence? Both health, ICDS, and many other departments can work together. That is key, and it is the most challengeable thing also. Next.
Hello.
This is about food and nutrition system. It has to be accountable, transparent, empowering, and caring. And behavior change should be the focus. Within the behavior change, interpersonal counseling is key. But more important, learning which has come from pandemic is manage infection and childhood illness. Specifically in the state of Odisha, we need to work with reduction of malaria, HIV and TB, and sickle cell anemia. So these are the things I thought of sharing, so we can discuss more about that. So much.
Thank you, Basant. It has been a very illuminating
Devashish Mahapat.
presentation. Swadesh Babu, we can request now Sabarmati to come in.
Yes. Okay then. Okay. Sabarmati, then Devashish Mahapat. Okay.
I think Devashish is supposed to speak now.
It doesn't matter. We should give you opportunity to ladies first.
Yes.
Don't mind at all. You get the priority over him.
Because his name was up, his name was for me, so he must be ready. Okay. Anyway, I have to speak. Samastanku namaskar. Good evening to everybody. I'm happy to be here in this forum. Generally, I avoid this kind of discussions generally. And when I am in Sambhav, it's a bit difficult for me to get connected also through webinars, to participate in webinars. So this is an opportunity for me to listen to all of you, and it was really nice deliberations which presented a lot of data, a lot of insights. Before me, Basant Babu, Panda sir. So, and we will be hearing more experiences as well. I'll be I will not be focusing more on data and other things because we had already seen many things there in the presentations, and I'll be speaking, sharing some of my experiences from the field. Like while doing organic farming, nutrition is one of the focus areas. And we always think about, when we think about gender issues, nutrition also comes first, empowerment of women, how to access nutrition. Even if food is there, growing enough doesn't mean that eating enough. So even if granaries are full, and we are boasting that through green revolution we achieved so much of yield, we have a lot of food grains reserved in our granaries, but it's very unfortunate that we are still discussing about nutrition security issues. So what really happened? Why so much food could not provide nutrition to our population? And it is that part of the population which are more malnourished are the food growers. They are mostly small and marginal farmers, and also the agricultural laborers, besides other marginalized people. It's very, very ironical if you see the field situation. If you talk about the nutritional value of crops, like we are talking nowadays more about nutri-cereals like millets and moringa, those kind of things. Nutri-cereals and highly nutritious vegetables also. But if you look at the tribal population, they have access, they do grow all those cereals, nutritionally rich cereals, but why they are so malnutrition? They are suffering from so much of malnutrition. So I happened to participate in one study in between 2015 to 2017. It was conducted by Indira Gandhi Institute of Development Research, University of Texas at Austin, National Institute of Nutrition, Nijerokari, Bangladesh, and CORD, Delhi, and we were two other independent researchers participating in the whole research work that was trying to understand develop a kind of index. So the project was on the Women's Empowerment in Nutrition Index, that is WENI. That was trying to measure the nutritional empowerment to better link agriculture to nutrition. And we found that it was not just the food aspect that caused malnutrition. It's much more beyond that, starting from Kara Babu also presented that spousal violence and other things like social stigma. So those, like women are supposed to do a lot of fasting in the name of cultural or religious requirement. So a lot of other issues are there which are affecting the nutritional status, not only of children and also for women and all other marginalized sections. And interestingly, we think that the people who have more money, they're eating better food. It's not also true. They're eating wrong foods and getting wrong results often. They have, like different kinds of diseases they confront with that mostly come from wrong food. There are few other things we noticed that, there was a report in January 2018. The study was conducted after 28 years by National Institute of Nutrition. They were evaluating 151 nutrients in 528 food items, collected a sample from 6 different regions. Unfortunately, it generally doesn't happen. People feel proud that we are eating more food, this and that. But they found out in 3 decades, the nutritional value of our food has come down, declined considerably. Alarm. And the other alarm came from a study by Institute of Social Science, Institute of Soil Science, Bhopal. They reported that large parts of Indian soils are deficient in many micronutrients. And there are many other studies also conducted which inform us that through our wrong agricultural practices, our food, because we grow the crops using the various agrotoxins, many kinds of agrotoxins. So the food is getting more and more denutrified. When you grow your food in a denutrified soil, it's obvious that we get denutrified food. So even if you grow a lot of food, your nutritional requirements are not met. I don't know if someone has done any study to find out the nutritional value of all the supplies that is given through the PDS system. PDS, whether it's to Anganwadis or to midday meals or in, 1 rupee subsidized rice, whatever it may be, in the name of food security, we should also try to understand the quality of that kind of food that is coming through PDS. People report that they are toxic. They feel because of the smell, there must be something there, and they don't like the taste in many places. So these are, these are not laboratory tested, but people feel like that. They say that we are just filling up the stomach, but we don't feel very good when we eat that food. And the other thing is the genetic basket, the food basket is getting narrower. So people used to eat so many different varieties of food earlier, and they were getting many different types of nutrition. And now this is not really encouraged in the name of starters, in the name of modernity. So we try to use less and less type of crops. Many crops have already vanished from the fields and hence vanished from the plates as well. So if I say wing beans, if I say clove beans, if I say elephant foot yam, so which people used to eat earlier, they are not even seeing them anymore. They are not available in the markets. So if we just insist that throughout the year we have to eat tomatoes, throughout the year we have to eat carrots, throughout the year we have to eat cabbages and cauliflower, then they are grown in a very unhealthy environment using a lot of chemicals. And when you use a lot of chemicals, you can never get and that's mostly denutrified systematically. And we are not happy with that, so we introduce more and more chemicals, and we say that if you apply this, all the pests will go away. So what does it mean? We are making our body more toxic. Even if we eat more food, that doesn't help us. So these kind of issues are not generally discussed when we talk about nutrition. And the other important thing is, with more climatic challenges, our food basket is getting narrower, diversity is getting reduced, decline, and hence the nutritional status is also endangered. And more challenges will be coming with more climatic problems, erratic climatic.
Swaroop, please check.
Okay. The other thing, I was really disturbed when I was doing my doctoral work in the villages of Kandhamal, Ganjam, and Koraput. That seasonal malnutrition, the high incidence of seasonal malnutrition. I was always struggling with that. I did not know how to address it properly. I was thinking unless somebody thinks very radically to tackle that, it's very difficult. I'll just give you the example of one crop, that is rice crop. So in Kharif season,
we are not able to hear properly.
Oh.
Maybe yours will be muted or something. Can you check?
Speaker is.
Sabarmati ka contact pura clear achi. କିଛି
Can
ଅସୁବିଧା
you
ନାହିଁ.
can you
Yes,
hear
Sabarmati,
me?
your voice is very clear. No issue at
ମତେ
all.
ତ ଶୁଭୁଛି ବେଶ ଭଲ, କିନ୍ତୁ କୋଉଠି ଟିକେ ଅସୁବିଧା ହେଇଯାଇଛି, ମତେ ବି ଶୁଭୁଛି ଭଲ।
ନାଇଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ମ୍ୟୁଟ୍ ହେଇଯାଉଥିବ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ।
ଠିକ ଅଛି.
I think it's
Please continue.
everything is so fine here in this side. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry if it's not audible. I can't do anything because everything looks clear here.
Please, Sabarmati, it's a technology problem.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, very clear. Very
Okay.
clear.
Okay, so talking about the seasonal migration, at the onset of monsoon, the women have to work for long hours and they work harder in bent position for, just working for 1 acre of rice field. If they remove the seedlings and do transplanting and weeding just for 3 operations, one woman has to work for minimum 500 hours per acre. So, and that too, she works in a bent posture, in wet, humid, hot climatic condition, work condition, and she has to make many trips up and down to home and fields in a very wet environment. And at that time, many hematophagous insects like mosquitoes, their leeches, their number grows very, very big, and the people suffer from diseases like malaria, typhoid, cold and cough, then many skin diseases like fungal infections in hands and legs, those kind of things. And it's always the women's health is neglected. It's postponed. Going to the hospital is always postponed, and that's a very cash constrained period for many marginalized for the small and marginal farmers, agricultural laborers as well. Like that's also school, college opening time. They require hard cash to pay for their fees, to buy their clothes, and to buy other materials that will help the children to go to school and college. So cash is paid for that. And when they themselves fall sick or their family members fall sick, they cannot just pay the rice to the bus conductor to take them to the hospital. They cannot pay in terms of rice to the medicine shop to buy the medicines or therapeutic diet. So they have to pay hard cash. And that is the time when most of their surplus grains are reduced. And that is the time when they invest more money to hire labor for transplanting. So they become very, very cash constrained. And if they don't work for a day, they lose their wage, or even if they get delayed for transplanting in their own fields, then their crop production is affected. So all these situations together make it very, very complex for the women particularly. And when they fall sick, they don't feel like eating. Their fuel wood is wet at that time. So while cooking also, there is a lot of smoke, and they don't feel like cooking more meals. And that is a time when summer crop ends and the rainy season crops don't start fruiting. So they don't get much things from their backyard. And that is also a time, for the same reason, they don't get many things to
ସାବରମତୀ
buy.
ଟିକେ କମ୍ପ୍ଲିଟ୍ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କର।
Sorry, I'm
ଟିକେ
this is
ହଁ
the,
ଟାଇମଟା
yeah, this is, I'm at the end only. So this is a time they can't afford to buy more vegetables from the market, and whatever they buy, they give it to the men folks and the children. So they remain malnourished more and more. So if the cycle, repeats over the years, then their condition becomes very deteriorated, and we can't expect to have healthy children from those kind of mothers. So my conclusion is we need to address these kind of issues while dealing with nutritional issues as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sabarmati. It's very nice, and with a lot of field experience and studies that you have brought before this floor. Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We will now go to Mr. Mahapatra, Devashish Mahapatra.
Sir.
Devashish babu.
हाँ सर मु ठीक है शेयर करछि स्क्रीन तापर मु आरंभ करछि मो स्क्रीन बर्तमान विजुअल होछि
Visible. Your screen is
Okay.
visible.
तो okay.
You can go ahead.
सो मु गोटे काम करछि प्रोजेक्ट रे जोटा ना होछि मो उपकारी बगीचा गवर्नमेंट ऑफ ओडिशा ताको ना दैछंती जेमति मो सरकार सेमति मो उपकारी बगीचा बोली ना दिया हैछि आ ए प्रोजेक्ट को ओएलएम अजीम प्रेमजी फिलांथ्रोपिक इनिशिएटिव आरंभ करथिले वर्तमान एमजीएनआरईजीएस तरफ रु सपोर्ट मिलुछि स्टंटिंग वेस्टिंग आ अंडरवेट वाला जो इंडिकेटर्स ऊपर बहुत डॉक्टर पंडा और हमर कर सर दी जन जाको बहुत भलो भाबे बुझाई सारचंती मु एठी गोटे खाली कंपैरिजन रखुछि जे हमर जेमती कथा हेतिले जे स्टंटिंग आ वेस्टिंग रे स्टंटिंग आ अंडरवेट रे हमर सिचुएशन इंप्रूव हेछि वेस्टिंग रे हम टिके पछरे अछि आ या सब पछरे गोटे गोटे सॉल्यूशन रहिछि जोटा आम कहे कंजम्पशन ऑफ मल्टीपल फूड ग्रुप्स जदि करा जाई परिबो एट हाउस होल्ड लेवल ताले आम डायटरी डाइवर्सिटी इंप्रूव करि परिबा आ ता माध्यम रे आम हमर माल न्यूट्रिशन सिचुएशन को चेंज करि परिबा तो सही पर्पस रे आम ए जो मो उपकारी बगीचा प्रोजेक्ट को लॉन्च हेछि सेतरे आम न्यूट्रिशन गार्डन बैकयार्ड पोल्ट्री और गोट ये सब को इंटीग्रेट करके करूछु आ ए सब करबा पई आमे गोटे एसएचजी प्लेटफॉर्म को यूज करछु फॉर योर इंफॉर्मेशन आम ओडिशा लाइवलीहुड मिशन सहित नियर अबाउट 4 लाख सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप एसोसिएटेड अछंती 4 लाख सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप माने होची 40 लाख हाउसहोल्ड्स अछंती जहां को नै कि आमे माल न्यूट्रिशन एजुकेशन को मध्ये फोकस करछु दे डाइटरी डाइवर्सिटी कोन माल न्यूट्रिशन कोन काई की हुए 1000 डेज कथा जो बसंत भाईना कहउथले ये सब जिनस को आम से रखीचु आ माध्यम रे आम चेष्टा करछु माल न्यूट्रिशन सिनेरियो अक्रॉस ओडिशा केमती चेंज हबो सो ये प्रोजेक्ट रो पर्पस होची एंश्योर डाइटरी डाइवर्सिटी एंड न्यूट्रिशन सिक्योरिटी एट हाउसहोल्ड लेवल बाय एस्टैब्लिशिंग न्यूट्रिशन गार्डन ए न्यूट्रिशन गार्डन टा गोटे बैकयार्ड रे होची 0.3 एकर रे होची 0.03 एकर माने 3 डेसिमल जमी रे होची बोथ फ्रूट्स और वेजिटेबल्स एतरे 4 प्रकार रो फ्रूट्स रहिछि पपाया लेमन बनाना और ड्रमस्टिक ता सहित 13 रु 17 प्रकार रो वेजिटेबल्स 3 डेसिमल जमी भीतर होची आ या सहित जो माने चाहउछथि से माने पोल्ट्री और गोट रियरिंग को ऐड करा जाउछि आ जो मानकर जमी बिल्कुल नहीं लैंडलेस फैमिली तांको पई गनी बैग मॉडल गोटे कराई छी जोतरे से माने 6 टा रु 15 टा गनी बैग रे किछि वेजिटेबल और फ्रूट्स ग्रो करछन्ती एथरे आमे टार्गेट करछु सेही हाउस होल्ड मन को पहुंचीबा पई प्रथमे जो मान को घरे एटलीस्ट 0 रु 5 इयर्स चिल्ड्रन अछन्ती लैक्टेटिंग मदर अछन्ती बा प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन अछन्ती किबा एडोलसेंट गर्ल्स अछन्ती एई चारटा कैटेगरी रु जेकोनसी जदी गोटे कैटेगरी रहउछन्ती ताल तांको आमे प्रथमे आइडेंटिफाई करी तांको प्रथमे सपोर्ट करछु ए न्यूट्री गार्डन कांसेप्ट को बुझीबा को आ एस्टैब्लिश करिया पई आ ए सब काम करिया पई ओएलएम रो सहित 3 जन रिसोर्स एनजीओ अछन्ती जो माने कि लिविंग फार्म प्रदान और हर्ष ट्रस्ट बोली अछन्ती आ हम पाखरे प्रत्येक ग्राम पंचायत रे पाखापाखि 10 रु 15 जन कम्युनिटी कैडर्स अछन्ती से कम्युनिटी कैडर्स होजंती हमर न्यूट्रिशन वॉरियर्स जो माने कि काम करचंती सीधा कम्युनिटी सहित लोकन को बुझेबा पई एसएचजी मान को बुझेबा पई आमे ए सब ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम बा कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग करबा पई हमें प्रत्येक डिस्ट्रिक्ट रे 8 जन लेखा एमती 240 जन मास्टर ट्रेनर डेवलप करिछु जो माने जाय कि कम्युनिटी कैडर को ट्रेनिंग देइचंती और कम्युनिटी कैडर कैस्केडिंग मोड रे कम्युनिटी को कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग हैंड होल्डिंग सपोर्ट दउचंती हमारे न्यूट्री गार्डन रो गत 2-3 दिन तळर ये फिगर 1,26,546 न्यूट्रिशन गार्डन आमे 30 टा डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स रे करिछु आ ता सहित आमे पोल्ट्री एरे केमती एडिशनल फीड मिल पारिबो आ वैक्सीनेशन आ डिवर्मिंग ए फैसिलिटी केमती लोक माने एक्सेस करि परिबे ता पे हमें सपोर्ट करूछु ट्रेनिंग आ हैंड होल्डिंग माध्यम रे करूछु एठी पिक्चर रे गोटे बेनिफिशियरी जार गोटे पोल्ट्री को वैक्सीन दिया जाउछि हमर कम्युनिटी कैडर जाई कि वैक्सीन दोउछन सो दैट तांकर डेथ टा रिड्यूस हे परिबो एटा मु कहउतली जोटा वर्तमान जे हमें कम्युनिटी को एजुकेशन करूछु सेटा 1000 डेज रा इंपोर्टेंस विषय एजुकेशन हो कि माल न्यूट्रिशन एनीमिया कोन मुआक टेप को केमती यूज करा जिवो ए सब जिंस हमें गोटे गोटे छोट ग्रुप रे एसएचजी ग्रुप रे जाई कि हमर कम्युनिटी कैडर लोक माने जाई कि बुझौछंती हमें एमती प्राय 16564 टा मीटिंग्स करिछु जोतरे कि पाखा पाखी 1,60,000 लोक बेनिफिट पाइछंती आ तापरे कोविड हे गेला बोली टिके बे बंद हेछि पुनी एबे रीस्टार्ट होबा को जाउछि तो ये प्रोजेक्ट जिते स्टार्ट है प्रथम 107 ब्लॉक्स रे ओडिशा लाइवलीहुड मिशन और अजिम प्रेमजी प्लान थिला अजिम प्रेमजी फिलांथ्रोपिक इनिशिएटिव रो कि 100,000 न्यूट्रिशन गार्डन को एस्टैब्लिश करिया पई किंतु आमे प्रथम वर्ष 95,000 न्यूट्रिशन गार्डन पहुंचई पारलु तापरे आमे सक्सेस देखि कि गवर्नमेंट डिसाइड कले जे एटा खाली 107 ब्लॉक्स रे न करी के एटा को 314 ब्लॉक्स रे करिया जरूरी अछि आ सेति पई एमजीएनआरईजीएस रो गोटे सपोर्ट बाहरला जोतरे कि 33% बा 10,000 रुपीस गोटे न्यूट्रिशन गार्डन करिया पई वर्तमान सपोर्ट मिलुछि आ ता पई रिक्वायर्ड ऑल इंस्ट्रक्शन फील्ड मैनुअल ये सब प्रस्तुत है कि सब ब्लॉक लेवल पर्यंत सब स्तर को एटा दिया जाइछि आ एबे जेतु म बर्तन जस्ट कहली 1,26,000 हमें जस्ट खरीफ सीजन जोटा ऑनगोइंग अछि सेतरे पहुंचिचु हमें होपफुल जे 4,66,000 हाउस होल्ड जे कि बर्तन सुधा आइडेंटिफाइड हेचंती तांको हमें रबी सीजन माध्यम रे पहुंची जु सो वी आर एक्चुअली गोइंग इन अ वेरी हाई स्पीड एंड हाई स्केल जोटा कि रिक्वायर्ड थिला सेटा सेति पई मु भाबिली जे एठी प्रेजेंट करबा जरूरी अछि एटा बेसिक स्टैटिस्टिक्स अच्छी जोटा हमें कथा होतले आउ हमरो ये जो 500 crores डिसाइड हेछि कैबिनेट डिसीजन नै के हमरो 5 लाख न्यूट्री गार्डन पई हमरो ऑनरेबल चीफ मिनिस्टर घोषणा करथिले ताकू मैं एठी ओटे स्लाइड रे रखिछि ए प्रोजेक्ट रो लर्निंग सोचे या जे हम भितरे जो 4-5 जन का पार्टनरशिप हेछि तीनटा एनजीओ गोटे गवर्नमेंट रो सोसाइटी गोटे फंडर ये समस्त मिसिकी जेतोले प्लान करचंती जे एटा को करिवार अछि गोटे लक्ष्य नै कि गोटे मिशन मोड रे आगौचंती सेति पई प्रोग्राम टा धीरे धीरे सक्सेस होबा को जाउछि प्रोबेबली एटा वर्तमान आउ 6 मास परे कोहा जाई पारे जे इंडिया रो सबुटु बड़ प्रोजेक्ट हबो न्यूट्रिशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू आ कम्युनिटी मोबिलाइजेशन टा हमर जो कम्युनिटी कैडर अछि तांको माध्यम रे बहुत सुंदर भाव रे करा जाई परुछि आ विशेष करी डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर माने पीडीडीआरडीए एवं वीडियो ए समस्त प्रोसेस रे इन्वॉल्व होइचंती आ समस्त को सपोर्ट करचंती मॉनिटरिंग करचंती एनकरेज करचंती ए सब पई होची ता सहित आमे जो कम्युनिटी एजुकेशन करचु जोटा को आमे कहूचे पीएलए लैन पार्टिसिपेटरी लर्निंग एक्शन लिंकिंग एग्रीकल्चर एंड नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज टू न्यूट्रिशन ए एजुकेशन माध्यम रे एसएचजी एजुकेशन माध्यम रे हमर ई जिंसटा बहुत स्पीड रे पहुंची पाउची कम्युनिटी पाकरे तो आमे जदी एटा सक्सेस होची पाखा पाखी 5 लाख आमे जदी अचीव करूचे ए रबी सीजन रे देन प्रोबब्ली विल प्लान फॉर 10 लाख हाउस होल्ड्स नेक्स्ट ईयर आ हमको नेक्स्ट प्लान रे रहिछि जे अंगनवाड़ी सब अंगनवाड़ी सेंटर गुडा को आमे एटा को करिबो आ एग्जिबिट करेबो सेटा गोटे हमरो डेमो पॉइंट हिसाब रे काउंट हबो आ सब जते एसएचजीस अछंती सेठी हमें एजुकेशन जोटा पीएलए लैंड मीटिंग्स कंडक्ट करिबो ए सब प्लान हमरो रहिछि हमें सब 15 टा बही एथमे से रिसोर्स एनजीओ मान को सपोर्ट रे प्रिंट करा हिछि आ कम्युनिटी कैडर मान को पॉइंट सब डिस्ट्रीब्यूट होछि तो एमती हम प्रोजेक्ट चली थैंक यू
Devashish Prabhu. You have given a very nice aspects of the latest initiative by the government and in GO-NGO combination partnership, how it is going to be success. Only one advice, that such a project, when it starts from the one village to another, some sort of a baseline survey on 3-4 aspects should be done. A, IMR, B, MMR, C, life expectancy at birth. These are the three parameters of that village. It can be collected and maintained. And after the project is implemented, maybe after 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years, you will find the results will be far, far better. Very nice. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Now,
Thank you, sir.
our really social activist and the visionary is Mr. Jagdanand. He should be able to speak. Today with Jagdanandji, we will be winding up, because most likely we may not have the time beyond this for taking any questions. Therefore, those who are itching to raise some questions, please write it to the think tank Odisha via the Sudesh Patnaik's number, and in that number we will correspond with you. Now, Jagdanand.
Thank you, Dr. Pandaji, General Mahapatra, Sudesh Babu, and I can see also in the galaxy of participants, we have a thought leader, Vivek Patnaik also, and the panelists. All 3 of you, 4 of you have given brilliant presentations, so I don't want to go into statistics, but I want to really provoke all of you, because many of you who are here, you have the capacity, you have the opportunity, the potential to trigger up some policy changes at some level, and that is what my job would be. So I don't want to burden you with more data, more information, but raise few points for your consideration, for your reflection only. So what do I offer? You know, now Odisha's story, nutrition story, after we listen to Debasis's, you know, the whole journey of Odisha Livelihood Mission and the kind of work they have been doing and the kind of penetration they are now trying to make in 314 blocks, actually, in all Odisha it is going to be covered. I think it's a very exciting, what you call, journey, and a very interesting initiative. But, you know, I would really like all of you consider the devil is in the details, actually. When we hear such stories, it looks everything is moving perfectly, as if nothing, you know, no problem is there. But when you get into the details, then you see the devil. And that is what I would like to, you know, share with all of you. You know, hello. Yeah. So now, you know, there are 3 things which has been already articulated. I don't want to go little deeper. Stunting is a major problem, which is a low for children below 5 years. So if you look at the latest data, whatever I could lay my hands, Basant is more advanced. Dr. Panda has more, you know, more insights out to the latest data. Latest data which coincides with last disease. The world is 22.9%, India is 38.4%, Odisha is 34.1%, and it looks very actually good. India is 38, Odisha is 34.1, it looks very good. But if you go a little deeper, then you look at the devil actually. The devil is in the details, and I am coming back to that. On the underweight, if you see both the height of the child below 5 years and his, the India figure is 35.7 and Odisha is 34.4, very close to the India figure. That is very good. That is
Not audible, not audible.
No, not audible.
Not audible.
There.
Yeah.
It's
Back.
not audible. There's some disconnection of audio.
Okay. Am I there now?
Now
Yes,
you are-
yes, sir.
Yes, you are audible.
I'm there. Okay.
Now you are
Okay,
audible.
okay.
Okay, please carry on.
Okay. Okay. I think I don't want to go little deeper because I had only 3 slides. And I had already shown you 2 slides. And the third slide is also something like that. What you will see in these slides, the Odisha's data, if you look at low, medium, and very high, the low ones, which are not even acceptable, there, these
You are not
districts like
visible.
Puri,
You are not
Jagatsinghpur-
visible, please. You are not
Because
visible.
my
Nothing
network-
better. We
Okay.
can hear you. You go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You know-
Slides achi na? Slides achi.
No. I'm taking out the slide so that I'm able to finish in time and not really get affected by the digital connectivity. So okay, I have started my video. Okay.
Yeah,
So
now
now, yeah, now there are 3 zones. There are a low zone in Odisha, there is a medium zone in Odisha, and there is a very high risk zone in Odisha. So look at these 3 zones. The low zone, which is not even acceptable zone, you have districts like Puri, Jagatsinghpur, Cuttack, Ganjam, Nayagarh, Khordha, Dhenkanal, Kendrapada. In underweight, you have Puri, Jagatsinghpur, Cuttack, which is really hijacking our good size. They are doing extremely well. So they are really their average, which when it is added to the state average looks very good actually. And in the underweight, the medium is Ganjam, Nayagarh, Khordha, Kendrapada, Dhenkanal, Bhadrak. So the medium ones like Ganjam, Nayagarh, Khordha, Kendrapada, Dhenkanal, Bhadrak, Puri, Jagatsinghpur, Cuttack, their data is, camouflaging the very high risk data of other districts. That is what I would like you to all get provoked and challenged. And through you, we should challenge the state government so that, the real focus is in the rest of the districts. And rest of the districts where Devasis has already focused, and these districts are tribal districts. Keonjhar, Mayurbhanj, undivided Koraput districts, etc., etc. On the westing, acceptable or poor is Cuttack. Cuttack is hijacking the data of Odisha actually. Cuttack data and the other medium data of Khordha, Puri, Jagatsinghpur, Kendrapada, they are saying that we are doing extremely well. These 5 districts are doing extremely well. And their data is showing that Odisha is also moving very well. But the critical is the rest of Odisha. On stunting, you have good data is Ganjam, Nayagarh, Khordha, Dhenkanal, Kendrapada. And on the medium range, Gajapati, Kandhamal, Kalahandi, Nuapada, Bargarh, Jharsuguda, and Sundargarh. But the rest of the data, and then Devgarh, Anugul, Jajpur, Baleswar, Bhadrak is also adding to the medium in the stunting, but the rest of the data of Odisha is the worrisome data. So now my request is, first of all, government has to come out with disaggregated data district-wise. Once that happens, then we recognize the problem at the district level. And within the district, there are endemic blocks, difficult panchayats. Unless we identify that, we'll be all camouflaged in high data of some performing districts. And that is the first thing I would like to, share with you. The second is, there are good stories also in Odisha. There are very good stories. This year's budget of Odisha, we had a nutrition budgeting statement which was produced in the assembly. That means the state government has recognized malnutrition as a problem. So nutrition budgeting and a statement of nutrition budgeting has been done very clearly, actually, very clearly. But this is an accounting statement at this point of time. But if we all work very hard, and I'm sure with Basant's input, and somebody like Basant, if he can be, roped into Odisha's thinking circle, and I'm sure nutrition budgeting will be more focused. Because what Basant presented, and I would like to really, take it further, that unless the outlay is bigger. Unless the problem is, better. I'm sure we will not be able to deal with the problem, which is a big problem. The millet mission. We have a millet mission in Odisha, and Odisha is only, it is one of the rare states in the country which has a millet mission. And Debasis Sabarmati also mentioned very clearly that even if tribals produce millet, millet is vanishing from their plates actually. They are not eating millets. Now Millet Mission is emphasizing the fact that millet, which is a highly nutritious food, should be on the plates of the tribals, and if there are excess millets, that should be in the market. And Nutri Garden OLM is already doing. The problem areas already articulated by Basant, and I would like to just highlight there. The Village Health and Nutrition Day, which is 2 days in a month, Mamata Day. Every village, for the information of think tank members, every village, they are supposed to bring all the women and children twice a month so that their weight is taken, that all their details is done. And then corrective measures are taken. But the typical problem is, these are all good policies actually. So there is a big deficit between the policy rhetoric and the policy reality on the ground. So I think what we need to do is, how do we make these VHN days really functional on the ground? Once they become functional, there is a monitoring which is happening on a monthly basis twice at the village level. So there lies another very interesting aspect actually. And then the third aspect is, on the ICDS part, the supplementary nutrition. There is a take-home ration which is given to the mother. In the take-home ration, there are eggs which are distributed. Recently, I was in a, just before COVID, I was in a tribal village in Koraput district. And to my horror, when I asked the women, I was interacting with the tribal women there in a very remote village in Lamtaput block of Koraput district. I said, do you get eggs actually as supplementary nutrition, which is very important. Egg is a supplementary nutrition. It's a very nutritious food for the pregnant mother. So somebody said, "Agya mu pauchi onda, mu tomoro sabu kete pailo onda, na agya mu masore paigali 14 ta onda." Acha 14 ta onda kon kodu? 14 ta onda kon kodu ma? Na 14 ta onda agya sabu ghare kaidele agya. Mu gote khaichi. So what does it mean actually? What does it mean? That the egg which has come for a pregnant mother, the egg which has come for as supplementary nutrition material is consumed by the family like a feast, because it was given in one lot to the family because of logistics reasons. How do you ensure that the benefit reaches the real mother? So that requires a surveillance, and that requires a kind of citizen-led monitoring in a big way. And once that happens, things will start changing that. Then the cultural practices, the child marriage is still a possibility. We work in Mayurbhanj. There is one block, even with all that extension work which my animators are doing, whatever we are doing, but still there is a taboo. Je maa jodi janma kariba purbaru pregnancy rachi, taku tike kam khaiba ko diyo, pilata jodi body jibo, delivery re problem hobo. And it's a taboo. It's a taboo. And jodi pilati bada hoigala petere, delivery re problem hobo, tenu maa ko kam khaiba ko diyo. So how do you ensure these 1000 days which Basant was trying to mention? So therefore, there is a campaign which has to be done to take out these cultural taboos, to take out these cultural problems, so that we are able to handle things in a better way. So I think some of these pointers I thought I will just pose before all of you to provoke all of us, including myself, so that at least we are able to be part of a campaign, we are part of a surveillance team, we are part of a policy influencing group, so that we have a better nutrition budget, we have a better participation between civil society and the government, both on the ground zero as well as at the policy level. Thank you very much, Think Tank.
Thank you, Jagdan Babu. It's very nice presentation. You gave a different perspective as to how really the roadmap and a strategy should be drawn up for a better initiative in malnutrition reduction. That is a very nice angle you have taken. Sudesh Babu, amar kete minute au achi? Can we take few questions? Sudesh
But,
Babu, you should guide me.
1 hour 30 minutes, 36 minutes hey gala. 1 hour 30 habar thila.
We have already exceeded our time.
Yes. We
So
have.
now I leave the floor to Major General and
No.
I think-
Swadesh Babu is there.
No, so this Babu,
Let him handle.
my request is, since Basant is here, let us took 1-2 questions, even if we have spilt over, let us spend another 10 minutes or 7 minutes. Let us not allow Basant to disappear without, responding to 1-2 questions at least. Let us not.
I entirely agree.
Please go ahead.
no,
Please
you
go
can
ahead.
ask for extension.
Please go ahead.
15 minutes.
Please go ahead.
Extension for 15 minutes, and
Thank
we
you.
will take 5 questions addressed to Basant. Raise your hands.
Sir, data question already asked. Mu tar uttar debi.
Please.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Jagdan sir.
Yes.
ମୁଁ ଖାଲି ଗୋଟେ କଥା କହିବା ପୂର୍ବରୁ କହୁଛି ମୋର ଅନୁଭୂତି ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନ ଇଣ୍ଟରଭେନସନ ଟା ହେଉଛି ସବୁଠାରୁ ଶସ୍ତା ଆଉ ସବୁଠାରୁ ସିମ୍ପଲ ଜିନିଷ ଏଥିରେ ବେଶୀ ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ ସବୁ ସରକାର ପଇସାରେ ହେଇପାରିବ ସବୁ ବ୍ୟବହାର ପରିବର୍ତ୍ତନ ହେଇପାରିବ ଆଉ ଯୋଉଟା ଆପଣ ଜଗଦାନ ସାର୍ କହିଲେ what happens bottom line that matters that is important because जदि गाँव रे लोक तार होम विजिट करी व्यवहार परिवर्तन करिवो विलेज हेल्थ न्यूट्रिशन डे हबनी जोटा डॉक्टर पंडा कहले मात्र 30% एंटीनेंटल केयर हबो चेकअप तबे कोन हबो माने माने वेणुगोपाल को जानि थिबे जे सेक्रेटरी थिले प्राइम मिनिस्टर कर तीन प्रधानमंत्री कर से सबले कहंती स्टॉप न्यूट्रिशन डिसरप्शन लार्जली देयर इज ए डिसरप्शन एट द ग्राउंड विटामिन ए हो सप्लीमेंटरी न्यूट्रिशन हो एंटीनेटल चेकअप हो ब्लड प्रेशर मापिबा हो सो स्टॉप इट गवर्नेंस दरकार से कन्वर्जेंस दरकार एवं से कोविड समय रे डिसरप्शन इज एक्सट्रीमली हाई एंड दैट इज कंपाउंडेड वी शुड एंश्योर that disruption does not happen so that is a number one thing द्वितीय जिनस होची जेतक प्रोग्राम होची सेटा को टिके न्यूट्रिशन माने एंगल ले चिंता कले भल हम देवाशीष कर एजेंडा बहुत बढ़िया ओडिसा रा न्यूट्रिशन बजेट भल न्यूट्री गार्डन भल किंतु मोर गोटे अनुरोध देवाशीष को जो प्रोग्राम ता तुमे जिला स्तर रे न्यूट्रिशन गार्डन करूछ सेटा टिके न्यूट्रिशन मुखी कले फॉर एग्जांपल माइक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट डेफिशिएंसी जिंक डेफिशिएंसी ऑलमोस्ट 40% विटामिन ए डेफिशिएंसी ऑलमोस्ट 20% तेडो कोन कोन फूड ग्रुप तुम्हें से गार्डन ने आनिबो सेटा आदि करि परंत सेटा भलो होता द्वितीय कथा होची मिनिमम 4टा फूड ग्रुप डिस्ट्रिक्ट सेल्फ सफिशिएंट हवा कथा 6टा तो निहाती दरकार बट 4टा हेले बढ़िया सेगुडा देखिबो तृतीय कथा होची जो कॉम्प्लीमेंटरी फीडिंग 90% लोक पाउनांती पिला यदि तुमर फूड ग्रुप सेति की पाई पारंते एटलीस्ट तुमर डिस्ट्रिक्ट टारगेट करिवो 40-50% सेटा ही बड़ कथा हो आउ गोटे कथा जगदान सर कहले जोटा मिलेट मिशन सर आपनकर ओबेसिटी माने 19% पिलांकर प्री डायबिटीज हेलानी किंतु हमर किछि लोक मांडिया लडू से माने प्रमोट करूछंती माने मांडिया तो ठीक गुड़ तो ठीक किंतु मांडिया लडूटा ठीक कि नहीं जेहेतु प्री डायबिटीज कंडीशन बढ़िलानी पिलांकर वी नीड टू थिंक अबाउट दैट माने केवल गूगल माध्यम रे कले सेटा होबनी किछि एविडेंस बेस्ड प्रोग्राम दरकार नहले मांडिया लडू खाई आउरी ओबेसिटी बढ़िबो सो दैट इज अनदर एरिया आई वांट टू ब्रिंग दुईटा क्वेश्चन आछि गोटे क्वेश्चन आछि जे हाउ वी कैन ट्राई टू बैलेंस बिटवीन एटा सरोज साहू पचारछंती how we can try to balance between access versus availability looking at pandemic situation of COVID-19 specifically for nutrition next 2-3 years ए संबंध रे दुईटा तीनटा जिंस अछि गोटे होची कन्वर्जेंस हमर होबा कथा भलो भाबरे अकाउंटेबिलिटी हवा कथा माने सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट ता भारी दुर्बल हेल्थ डिपार्टमेंट रे एवं आईसीडीएस रे से विषय भी जत्न माने आमे देखिबा कथा क्वालिटी कंट्रोल मेकानिज्म बहुत भल मन करंतु छतुआ पिला को दिया जाउछ किंतु छतुआ रे बादाम मंजी पका जाए आपण माने जानिथिबे केनिया गोटे देश जो थरे अफ्लाटॉक्सिन बढ़िलानी माने बादाम रे जदि फंगस थिबो माने फिंपी मारी थिबो तेबे सेटा अफ्लाटॉक्सिन ग्रो करिवो एवं कैंसर कॉजिंग एजेंट आपण खुशी हेबे छतुआ दउसंती किंतु क्वालिटी कंट्रोल मेकानिज्म ता क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस मेकानिज्म न हेले तार किछि मूल्य रहिबनी तेनु सेटा भी देखिबा कथा एवं ट्रांसपेरेंसी और अकाउंटेबिलिटी ऊपर गुरुत्व देवा कथा करप्शन हो पिलफरेज हो मिसमैनेजमेंट हो से सब जिनस दरकार आ मु पर्सनली देखिछि जोठी सोशल ऑडिट हेछि जोठी पंचायत ग्राम सभा रे से ताकू दायित्व दिया जाइछि सेठी निश्चित भाव में एक्सेस और अवेलेबिलिटी भल हो पारिछि ये हला गोटे प्रश्न आउ गोटे प्रश्न आसी जे जिंक डेफिशिएंसी बहुत हेछि राज्य रे एवं सेति पई जिंक एनरिच बायो फर्टिफाइड राइस दबा कथा एटा गोटे भल प्रोग्राम मु खाली जिंक डेफिशिएंसी कथा कहूछि ओडिसा रे 1/5 प्री स्कूल चिल्ड्रेन कर जिंक डेफिशिएंसी अछि एडोलेसेंट्स जोटा कि 19 वर्ष भीतर पिला 42% एडोलेसेंट कर जिंक डेफिशिएंसी हेले जोटा डॉक्टर पंडा कहले माने हमर इम्पेयर्ड इम्यूनिटी माने कोरोना भाइरस में जिंक रा आवश्यकता अछि आउ गोटे होछि इन्फेक्शन बढ़े डायरिया बढ़े आपनकर मने थिबो पिला मानकर जेतले झाड़ा हुए डाक्टर मान ताउ जिंक सिरप दियंती तार कारण होछि एटा इन्फेक्शन मैनेज करे एवं इम्यूनिटी बढ़ाए आउ जिंक साबरमती कहिले जिंक एक्चुअली ओरिजिनली नेचुरली मिलुथला माने सॉइल किंतु जेहेतु सॉइल एरोजन बा विभिन्न कारणरू सॉइल आउ जिंक नाही तेनु हमर जो पनी परिबा चाष आसुची सेथरे भी जिंक आसुनी बा आसुनी कोथरे माने धान रे भी जिंक आसुनी बांग्लादेश रे मोटे एनालिसिस करिथिली 22 ppm रहे जिंक धान रे ओरिजिनली हमर पूर्व पुरुष रे किंतु एबे 12 13 14 ppm रहउची त जिंक डेफिशिएंसी ऑलरेडी धान रे आरंभ होई गेलानी एटा सॉइल रो मुख्य कारण बा पेस्टिसाइड रो कारण तेणु सर्ट टर्म मेजर हिसाब रे मोर सजेशन रहिबो बायो फर्टिफाइड राइस दबा कथा बा जिंक एनरिचमेंट राइस दबा कथा नीति आयोग जगदानुसार जोटी अछंती नीति आयोग एबे एस्पिरेशनल डिस्ट्रिक्ट रे जिंक फर्टिफाइड राइस आरंभ कलेनी प्रोग्राम आउ दैट शुड बी आल्सो एज दिस इज शॉर्ट टर्म किंतु साबरमती जोटा कहले दैट इज लॉन्ग टर्म आमे जदी फूड डाइवर्सिफिकेशन करि परिबा ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग करि परिबा सॉइल एरोजन कम करि परिबा सॉइल फर्टिलिटी बढ़ाई परिबा पेस्टिसाइड कम करि परिबा सेतरे जिंक आमे बढ़ाई परिबा आ गोटे सबठारो क्लासिक राज्य होची भारतर सिक्किम गोटे ऑर्गेनिक स्टेट हाईएस्ट रिडक्शन हेची सेठी माने एनीमिया तेणु आमे सेठी सिक्किबा कथा जदि सिक्किम करि परला आमे काई न करि परिबा एई दिटा मुख्य क्वेश्चन थिला आउ सर कोंतु आउ जदि किछ क्वेश्चन अछि आमे तार उत्तर दबा
Any questions?
बोधे एठी बंद करिबा कि
हाँ दुईटी क्वेश्चन तो थिला से दुईटी क्वेश्चन आंसर करले तेणु सुदेश बाबू आपनका हातरी वर्तमान फ्लोर यू कैन कंडक्ट एंड क्लोज
वर्तमान तो आमे एठू
जस्ट
जो मानकर प्रश्न आउ किछि प्रश्न अछि ताहाले ईमेल रे देले आमे वी कैन आल्सो कंसीडर दिस आल्सो एंड गिव ट्राई टू रिप्लाई देम थ्रू ईमेल जो मानकर रहि जाउछि प्रश्न दैट वी कैन डू दैट एंड नाउ concluding remark and then vote of thanks ପାଇଁ ଆମେ डीके राय को रिक्वेस्ट करिया कथा से अछंती कि नै मु जानि देखि पारुनी अछंती डीके राय अछंती हेलो डीके राय बोले नाहंती ताले let us go with a vote of thanks अच्छा well really let me make the the formal vote of thanks formal vote of thanks I am really grateful for the all the panelists like Ramesh Chandra Panda, Jagadanand, Sabarmati, Devasis, and then Basanta Mahapatra for their for giving their valuable time to be here. Sorry, Basanta Kara, yes, Basanta Kara. And then everybody, each of them needs actually full session, but they could not be, the justice could not be done. And then particularly, I am very much apologetic to Sabarmati that her speech has to be curtailed a bit due to pressure of time. I am so sorry, Sabarmati. Really, it was not our intention to cut your speech. It was so brilliant, and you have so much of experience that we would like to invite you separately to listen to you. And then thanks also to our GK Major General Mahapatra, Vivek Patnaik, Dr. Tamotia, Mr. D.K. Rai, and all others, those who have guided me to organize this program. And also, many thanks for Sadhu Pradhan and Sadiq for providing the logistic support and also co-hosting, and the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan for giving all sort of support. And then most importantly, the thanks goes to the participants, those who have very patiently sat all along. And then particularly I must thank especially to Basant Kumar Kaur and others, those who have actually involved themselves and gave their inputs to organize the program. Thank you everybody. Thank you very much. I don't want to take much time. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Before you close, may I request a very simple thing, that the panelists, specifically Jagadanand Babu, Basanta, Sabarmati, Devasis Babu, kindly script a small write-up including your graphs and photographs or whatever it is, maybe in 5-10 pages. Transmit it to Mr. Sudesh Patnaik, and so that we would like to document exactly the discussion that took place on very critical issue for Odisha. And this within 1 week's time, if it could be done, it would be nice. We'll document it properly and share with all the participants. Now, Major General.
Sudesh, may I just say a few words?
Yes, sir. You should be the last word, sir.
Okay, wonderful. That is all I'll say. It is absolutely wonderful getting so many brilliant people getting together. Absolutely brilliant. What I suggest to Sharif Patnaik and others to help him to make out a letter to the government department, whatever subjects we touched upon. One is a minutes, second is what sort of a letter for action that we need to bring to the notice of the government. If we do that, it will be of great value to us. So for that, Mr. Patnaik will need the help of others, all the panelists who have given the basic points, particularly what sort of a letter we should be forwarding to government of Odisha. So with this, thank you very much. God bless. Good night.
Thank you.
Namaskar.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.